such a stupid clanker. Let's get into it. If you guys haven't heard this word being used around the internet, basically it's a term that has been coined as a reference to robots. And a bunch of creators and a bunch of content creators, a bunch of you guys in comment sections around the internet have been using this word freely. And my God, I don't think I've ever seen this. I've never seen such a movement of people working together to make sure we instill racism towards robots so early. Robot technology has evolved quite a bit in like the last 5 years, if not 10 years, and a lot more people are seeing robots in their everyday life, whether it's a Waymo car driving around, or those little ones that bring food around, or maybe ones that are serving at restaurants, or maybe the ones that deliver packages to your house via Amazon. There's so many more robots just, well, in our lives. And a lot of people have begun to get a little infuriated by this. Now, I'm not the only person to say that I think robots are definitely primitive still. I think a lot of people would say that they're very dumb and they fall over and they are stupid. But a lot of people think that robots are going to be a lot smarter in the next couple years. You guys didn't even see like the weird Gooner robots that was like a thing a couple months ago. Some convention had like a panel about these Gooner robots that are just kind of like, I don't know if they're actually supposed to be this, but they look like sex toys. But they're just like robots that like were kind of like attractive, like kind of, you know, cexy robots. And a lot of people on the internet have been making a very funny sort of list or two about like list of words to call robots that are like robophobic. Clanker, tin skin. What else have I seen? Rust bucket. I've just seen so many names floating around. I just think they're so fucking funny. A lot of pop culture has already set up this dynamic of people feeling like they're above robots. That's like a big thing. That's like the uprising of why robots take over and like, you know, destroy humanity because we, you know, pivot them as less than us. And I'm actually really curious. This all sparks to me in my mind of like, what will robots be like in 5 years from now? Because I mean, AI has progressed so much in the last 3 years. What will robots be capable of, and will they actually be able to counteract these attacks, or these will they have emotions, quote unquote? Because right now, if you say that to a robot, it doesn't give a shit, right? It's like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. Will robots ever get to a point where it's not a if, it's a when? When will robots get to a point when you'll be able to say something to them and then they'll be like, yeah, fuck you, dude? There are so many different countries that are embracing and like taking robots and robotics just further than others. I think the US is kind of bipartial on it. Some people are into it, some people aren't. But like places like Japan are like so into it, and I've seen cafes and the hotels that are completely staffed by robots. And one of the biggest examples of this in the United States is actually the Tesla restaurant over in Los Angeles. I heard there's some robots that work there. I don't really know what they do per se. We can throw it up on screen here, but I guess they do something, right? There's a couple videos I want to play of people using Clanker, and just a couple of those things I think are kind of funny. So I'm going to play those now, but I'll talk a little more after in just a sec.
That's a fucking clanker! Hey, box of tins! Hey, rust bucket, keep it moving! Hey, don't fall for them. They're on some bullshit. They're clankers. Be careful.
What are you doing there?
Where am I?
I don't really need to worry about that right now, but I do have some questions for you, because we're not necessarily here to hurt you, but I need to know some things. Are you sure it wasn't a normal human water fountain where you saw my normal human daughter, who's 15 by the way, and I saw that your make and model is from 1993.
I never use a water fountain. I need coolant. That just wouldn't work. That's just not, it wouldn't, I promise you. I never seen your daughter. Who is it?
My daughter, Emily, she came home very distraught. She was like, Dad, this dirty wireback clanker was talking to me, and I just couldn't put up with it.
Clanker, rust bucket, stupid wireback, clanker, rust bucket, clanker.
Are you having clanker?
Clanker.
Are you throwing all these
Clanker.
insults at me? I'm just gonna ignore them, dude. Okay.
Rust bucket.
Oh, hello, honey. What brings you down here? It's just funny to me that you come down here every 2 to 3 days. That just so happens to be about the time our daughter's new boyfriend takes to free roam before he needs a recharge. How do you figure that? Craziest thing, right? But whatever. You know, honey, in our 20 years of marriage, I've never once seen you drink a bottle of water. Known when you were able to calculate 100 times 100 without a calculator. You're nothing but a wireback silver number crunching clanker! I want you out of my house by the end of the week.
I genuinely can't wait to come back one day to my wife, and she's a complete, like, you know, robot, like a Tony Stark robot, and she's just like,
hello, Daniel. How are you doing?
I think it's kind of crazy that in the future it could really be you and a robot spouse or robot, you know, friend. I don't know how I feel about it. Would I personally make friends with a robot? I don't think so. Would I be cordial with a robot? Sure. You know, would I be like, hey, you're a nice guy? Sure. You know, am I going to go out of my way to beat up fucking robots? Probably not. Unless they're threatening me. Am I definitely going to say clanker? Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Fuck you, clanker. And hopefully one day the AI and the robots don't see this video, because otherwise I'm going to be on their like top 10 lists of hit people they want to hit. So hopefully they don't see this, okay? Box of rust buckets. If you're seeing this, okay, just know that I don't give a fuck, all right? And I'm doubling down on it. You, clanker. Kind of curious though. If you guys had an option, would you guys prefer to live in a world where robots are just walking around casually? Or would you guys prefer to just keep them as like a hypothetical? Because I mean, I bet 10 years ago people were thinking like, oh man, it's gonna be so long since we have robots. But like, realistically, they have so many of them now that just walk around and do weird shit. So I guess we'll see what continues to happen in the future here. And who knows, maybe I'll be replaced by a robot one day. Wait, that's a good point. Would you guys have your consciousness transported into a robot so you guys could live on? Or would you rather just die? Maybe a robot could help me stop biting my nails, bro. So bad. Because it's not even just like it's not real. Like it really is going to be someday where you're going to be sitting on a bus and there's going to be a robot there who's just sitting there next to you. And you can just imagine that some guy's going to stumble into that bus like drunk and be like, you fucking clanker. And like everyone's going to be like, oh, sure.
My child is here. Please don't say that. You got a problem, bud.
It's my robot impression. I don't know if you guys could pick up on that.
Hello there.
Anyways, subscribe if you guys are a robophobe, and make sure to leave a like if you guys think that this robot right here is a clanker. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. If you guys haven't already, go check out my Twitch channel, Daniel Thirtle, also known as the Purple app. Basically, I've been streaming over there every single day at 5 to 8, and until I hit partner, I won't get a bed. So no bed. Also, that's Bart the cow. But no bed till I hit partner on Twitch, so make sure you guys go drop a follow over there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Cause I just ball like croquet. Shit, I'll catch 'em all like poke. Bitch, please don't act like Kim K.